Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 10 reasons why people are leaving Canada in the upcoming years. Now, I know what you're thinking. Canada, the land of maple syrup, hockey and Justin Trudeau's hair? Yes, that Canada. But even with all that awesomeness, some people are packing their bags and saying, see you later, eh? It's like finding out your favorite cozy cabin in the woods is actually built on an anthill. You'll love it, but those little things can be a deal breaker. And speaking of deal breakers, we're just a few weeks away from a major economic summit that could have huge implications for Canada's future. More on that later. So first up, let's talk money. Because let's be real, money talks. And in Canada, it seems to be speaking a foreign language these days. We're talking about the rising cost of living, folks. It's like trying to buy a house made of poutine delicious, but way overpriced. Housing costs in major cities are enough to make you want to live in an igloo, and even then, you'd probably have to fight a polar bear for the rent. And don't even get me started on the price of groceries. Remember when avocados were a luxury? Now buying a bag of apples feels like winning the lottery. Next up, we're talking immigration. Canada has always prided itself on being a welcoming nation, a mosaic of cultures, a place where everyone's welcome to wear a toque in July. But lately, the immigration process has become more complex, with longer wait times and stricter requirements. It's like trying to get into an exclusive club, but the bouncer is a moose with a clipboard and he's not impressed by your dance moves. This is a major factor for many people considering leaving, especially those who came to Canada seeking a better life and are now facing roadblocks. Okay, let's talk about the weather, because well, it's Canada. We all know about the Great White North, the land of snow, ice and polar bear selfies. But here's the thing, climate change is real, folks, and it's hitting Canada harder than a hockey puck to the face. We're talking about extreme weather events, melting glaciers and enough wildfires to make Smokey the Bear consider early retirement. For some people, especially those in vulnerable regions, it's becoming a matter of safety and forcing them to seek refuge elsewhere. Now, let's zoom out a bit and look at the global picture. The world, my friends, is a bit of a mess right now. It's like a reality TV show gone wrong, with political turmoil, economic uncertainty, and enough drama to make even the most devoted news junkie want to unplug. And guess what? Canada isn't immune. The ripple effects of global events are being felt from coast to coast, making some people question whether Canada is the safe haven they once thought it was. Let's be honest, folks. Nobody wants to work just for the love of the game. We're talking about the job market, and for some Canadians it's looking a little less like a Stanley Cup victory and a little more like a penalty box timeout. Certain sectors are facing challenges, automation is changing the game, and competition is fierce. For those struggling to find their footing in the job market, especially young professionals, the grass may seem greener on the other side of the border. Remember what I said about poutine-priced houses? Well, it's time to revisit that nightmare. The housing market in Canada, especially in major cities, is enough to make you want to move into a beaver dam and call it a day. Prices are sky high, bidding wars are more intense than a hockey brawl, and finding a decent place to live feels like trying to find a unicorn riding a moose. For many Canadians, especially young families, the dream of home ownership is slipping further and further away. Okay, let's talk healthcare. Canada's universal healthcare system is often held up as a shining example, but let's be real, it's not without its flaws. Long wait times, doctor shortages, and limited access to specialists are real concerns for many Canadians. It's like going to a potluck and finding out the only food left is ketchup chips. It's something, but not exactly what you were hoping for. For those with pressing health concerns, seeking treatment elsewhere is becoming a more attractive option. Education is key, right? But for some Canadian students, the cost of that key is getting heavier than a backpack full of textbooks. Tuition fees are on the rise, and the competition for spots in top programs is fierce. Meanwhile, other countries are offering attractive opportunities for international students with lower tuition fees and a wider range of programs. So, Some Canadian students are packing their bags and their brains and heading abroad for a more affordable and diverse educational experience. Canada has long been considered a safe and peaceful country, but like anywhere else, it has its share of challenges. Crime rates, while relatively low, are a concern for some, and certain areas are facing issues with gang violence and social unrest. While Canada is still statistically a very safe place to live, perceptions of safety can be subjective and influenced by personal experiences and media portrayals. Remember that economic summit I mentioned earlier? Well, it's just around the corner, and it has the potential to be a game changer for Canada. World leaders are gathering to discuss global economic policies, trade agreements, and investment opportunities. The decisions made at this summit could have a significant impact on Canada's economy, job market, and overall prosperity. For some Canadians, the outcome of this summit could be the deciding factor in whether they stay or go. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 10 reasons why some people are saying goodbye to Canada. From economic pressures to climate concerns, global instability to personal aspirations, the decision to leave one's home country is never easy. It's a complex mix of factors, and ultimately it's a personal choice. What do you think? Have you or someone you know considered leaving Canada? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.